Welcome to another episode of the Haftarah Drop. I'm Rabbi Shields, Associate Rabbi here at Temple Sinai. So the Haftarah this week is really quite amazing. The prophetic voice of Hosea is one of the most tender and raw voices in all of the Tanakh. He speaks with this tone that is part poetry and part heartbreak, but also part fierce love. And this week's Haftarah, chapter 12, verse 13 through 14, verse 10, we see the prophet at his most vulnerable. He looks at the people and says, "You've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten the one who lifted you, fed you, carried you. You've traded depth for distraction, covenant for convenience." But he's not interested in scolding. He wants something deeper. He wants teshuvah, for them to return. A return not to ritual, but to relationship. In the center of the Haftarah, Hosea reaches back to the story of Jacob. Jacob fled. Jacob fled. Jacob wrestled. Jacob strove with an angel and prevailed. Hosea recounts that moment not as legend, not as myth, but as a mirror. He's saying, look at your ancestor. Look at the way he struggled to become Yisrael, Israel. You too become your best selves by struggling honestly, not by pretending that things are just fine. One of the most powerful lines in all of this Haftarah is when Hosea speaks to God, "I am the one who tended you in the wilderness, in a land of drought." These are the words of God coming out of the prophet's mouth. It's God saying, "I was with you in the dry places. When you were exhausted, I held you. When you were wandering, I was the water you didn't know that you were drinking." But now the prophet says the people have grown comfortable. They have forgotten the source, the wellspring. The prophet's voice trembles with this truth. Spiritual amnesia is more dangerous than sin. Once we forget the story of how we got here, gratitude dries up. And where gratitude dries up, arrogance grows, entitlement grows, violence grows, disconnection grows. The prophet is trying to pull people back to memory, and also back to humility, and also back to that sacred wrestling of their ancestor that keeps the heart awake. In the prophetic voice of Hosea, we see a shift from critique to healing. And he says one of the most beautiful lines in all of prophetic literature. "Take words with you and return to God." No sacrifices, no offerings, no ladders of perfection, just words, just honesty, just the courage to say, "I've lost my way, but I want to come home." The prophet is reminding us teshuvah is not about performance, it's about presence. It's about returning. It's about recovenanting, rededicating oneself. He gives us the exact script of return. "Forgive all guilt. Take us back graciously. We will offer the words of our lips." Not bulls, not gold, just the truth. Astonishing. Prophet sometimes shouts, but Hosea whispers. He points us inward where the wrestling happens, and inward where healing begins. The prophet's mention of Jacob is intentional. He wants us to remember Jacob became Israel because he wrestled, because he stayed in the struggle long enough to be transformed. He prevailed not by overpowering the angel, but by refusing to let go at the moment the angel was about to let him go. He refused to let go. He held on just a little longer until the angel yielded a blessing. Hosea is telling us, don't run from your wrestling. Your wrestling is exactly how you return. In fact, Hosea uses a remarkable verb for Jacob. He says he strove, he persisted, he exerted his whole being. This is the heart of spiritual growth, not avoidance, but engagement. If you're not wrestling with life, you're not living it. And so here we are on the precipice of another Thanksgiving. And this is where Hosea and Thanksgiving meet so beautifully. Thanksgiving's not just an American holiday. It's a deeply prophetic instinct. Remember, give thanks. Do not forget the source of your blessings. Hosea would say that gratitude is a form of teshuvah, because gratitude restores perspective. It softens ego. It reopens the heart. In the Haftarah, God promises, I will heal their backsliding. I will love them freely. They shall blossom like the vine. Their fragrance shall be like Lebanon. This is Hosea's Thanksgiving prayer. Return and you will grow again. Remember and you will be renewed. Give thanks and you will become rooted. As we gather tomorrow around our Thanksgiving tables, whether with family or friends or community that holds us, the prophet invites us to practice a deeper gratitude, the gratitude that grows from the desert we survived, the gratitude that comes from wrestling and learning, the gratitude that knows blessings aren't trophies, they're tasks. They call us to compassion, to justice, to humility, to care. So this Thanksgiving and this upcoming Shabbat, view the prophet's voice not as rebuke, but as invitation. Take words with you. Take truth with you. Take gratitude with you. Return to the one who met Jacob in the dark, who meets you in your wrestling, and who is always ready to whisper, come back to yourself. There is healing waiting. Remember, the ladder goes both up and in. Run towards your wrestling. Struggle is sacred. Have a meaningful and wise Thanksgiving.